Welcome to CivilNet. My guest today is Robert Vassoyan, who is General Manager of Cisco in France. He's here in Armenia in a personal capacity, playing tourist. Welcome.
With my family.
Welcome.
My 3 kids.
3 kids.
And wife.
That's tough.
Yes, you can say it like this. Yeah,
are they very young?
It's maybe tough for the mother, more
Yes.
than for me, but it is tough, yes.
Are they very young?
So it's 16, 14, and 2.
For the 2, it's tough, but I bet for the other 2, this openness, this easy.
And they are very, very happy to be, so to say, back in Armenia. I was here for the first time in my life 6 months ago, in October timeframe, more on a connection trip, a business trip, and I just fell in love, and I felt that it was a moment for me to get involved much more, and I decided to get back with them after a few months. So they are very, very excited and very happy to be here.
Well,
and I think that maybe they're not fully realizing, but I'm sure that it's a new
but it takes
it's a new phase in their life now,
Sure.
which is starting. Yeah.
Sure. You're here as a tourist, but you're not just any tourist. Being general manager of Cisco means understanding the amazing world of IT and how it's changing. And I was doing my Google search on you, and I realized that the motto that Cisco uses to connect, communicate, and collaborate, Armenians could use if we were just up to it. It's us, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And maybe this is one of the reasons why I'm feeling good in this company. Beyond its power, beyond its products, and being number one or one of the most famous IT companies in the world, I think it's this culture, this thing about connecting and collaborating, and also making sure that everybody contributes. Every single person in the company contributes. And I think that if I feel good in this company, probably everybody would love these kind of values. But I think as an Armenian, I specifically feel good with these values, because when I look around me, all the Armenian friends and families, and here I see people who individually, collectively of course, are united, but individually they want to make a difference. They want to contribute, they want to connect, and this is the story of our life.
It is, or it ought to be. If it's fair to say that IT has been the driver of the last 2 decades, I wonder if it's also fair to say that the value of IT as a great tool for Armenia and Armenians really has just been kicking in the last
Yes.
few years.
Yes. We are in an incredible period, I think, at the moment. I think we're in the midst of a very important new revolution in IT, probably as important as was the internet a few decades ago. And we can call this revolution maybe the Internet of Things. If you want, it's, you can say that 20, 30 years ago, IT was about back office management, accounting. And then 10, 15 years ago, it started to become the connection, the collaboration tool, the productivity tool. Now IT is gonna enter in every single process of our life. You're not gonna do healthcare anymore the same way. You're not gonna do service administration the same way. You're not gonna do construction the same way. Energy, transport, distribution, consumption is gonna change thanks to IT. So IT is gonna enter in every single process. We're gonna pay with IT. And this revolution comes at a period where we also have an economical crisis, globally speaking. And these are periods of major challenge, but they are periods also of change acceleration. So there are also periods of opportunities. There is a saying which I love, and I always say it to my kids and to my family and also to my employees, and it comes from Churchill. He used to say, never waste a crisis. I think we are in the middle of a fantastic, incredible revolution, disruption, and economical crisis. And I think for countries like Armenia, who have the energy, the know-how, the history, and in this phase of our history where we're starting from zero, what a great opportunity for us. Because we don't have the legacy that will make it more difficult for us to embrace those incredible revolutionary changes which are happening in the world. And if we do it right, if we surf on some of those waves which are occurring at the moment, transitions which are occurring at the moment, we can do fantastic.
Especially
the country can do fantastic.
Especially if we take into consideration that there are spheres, sectors in Armenia that need to make huge jumps. Health,
Exactly.
service. And if we have the good sense to use the technologies and the people like you around the world who get the technologies, I mean, it's ours to take in this region.
Absolutely. I think that one of the greatest assets of this country is its people. So I think everybody's willing to contribute. There's a huge willingness to do it, and as you said, many people would love to come and share ideas and see how they can contribute in making these changes happening. Because if the country needs to, let's say whatever, maybe I'm going to say a stupid thing, invest in a new energy infrastructure. Now is the time to conceive it with the right technologies and make a kind of a, how do you say, a leapfrog. Versus other countries who might seem more advanced than we are today.
Sure.
Because if you take a country like France, this is my country as well, the energy or the electricity transport and distribution network is so complex, is so old, is such a legacy that you're not going to be able to change it overnight. But when you are building a country from scratch now it's an opportunity to do it with the right tools and the right philosophy and the right methodology and the right technology. So you leapfrog, right? Now it's our opportunity to leapfrog.
If it goes without saying that at a place like CivilNet, without the technologies that Cisco and other companies make possible, we couldn't do what we do. And the reason we do what we do is because if we don't network within Armenia and between Armenians outside and inside,
yes,
we are losing possibly the only resource we have. So the technologies are there. What remains is to come up with the creative ways of using them correctly, yes, which is where we need to call on individuals like you who are in that field, not just from the technical side,
yes,
but also from the application side.
Yes, and again, technology can do a lot, but technology is a tool. The tool, we often say at Cisco that the tool is fundamental, but it's not enough. You need a process, so you need a methodology to use it, and most important, you need the culture. You might have the most beautiful collaboration tools in the world. If the culture is not collaborative, as you were saying earlier, if people don't want to engage, if people don't like to engage, if people prefer to stay in their corner and not really network, then what's the point, right? But when you have the combination of the tool plus the process, the methodology, the encouragement, as well as the culture, which is willing to open up. This is where you can achieve big things, and it's a virtuous circle at the end of the day, because it all feeds each other. So the culture benefits also from the tool, provided that there's a willingness at the bottom to really engage. So
yeah, at the end of the day, that's the lesson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert Vassoyan, who
Welcome.
is General Manager of Cisco in France. And the lesson today is connect, communicate, and collaborate. I swear we're going to steal that.
And never waste a crisis.
And never waste a crisis. They're both very good. We're going to steal both.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us on CivilNet.